What's going on, guys? I'm Chrissy Whispers. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Temporal Forces and its best-selling cards and how they've been performing over the past 2 weeks since the release of the set. I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to open up TCG Player, and we're going to take a look at some of these cards. And we're going to ignore the A specs for now, and we're going to take a look at some of these cards. So let's just start with the Iron Crown EX. So the Iron Crown EX. At release, this card was selling for, looks like, about 50 bucks. Over the past, I guess after the first week, this thing really doubled up in price. And it's been slowly trending downward, like 5-6 bucks over the past week. So this card's doing pretty good. I mean, this thing doubled since release. That's kind of crazy. I feel like we've been seeing that a lot more lately with the new sets, whereas with Sword and Shield, I feel like cards would typically just drop. So that's kind of cool to see that this card's doubled in price. It's probably got some competitive playability to it, and that's probably what's triggering that. I don't know, but if I had to say that, that's crazy that did that. So the Iron Crown EX, the SIR, is doing very well, and it's a beautiful card. So if you have that, good for you. Next, we're gonna take a look at Ghastly. Ghastly's been doing some weird stuff. If you follow Possum Bud, I'm pretty sure there was a sale in here. Let's take a look real quick. There was a sale in here for like 124 bucks. Is that? Yeah, somebody did. 24 bucks, that's funny. So now we take a look at Ghastly, just a regular illustration rare. This card's pretty sweet, actually. So you got Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar all in the same photo. It's a pretty sweet looking card. This is funky stuff going on with this card. I don't know if this card's doing well because of like the random $125 sales or because of a Possum Bud talking about him. Not that I'm saying he's pumping this card. I'm just, people are stupid. So him making a couple of videos could literally be the reason this card is doing well. So I don't know what it is with this card, but this card is, I mean, I'm going to say this card, I don't know what to think of this card, the way it's performing. It's very odd. It's coming back down, so it looks like it seems like the price spikes are almost like memes, like people memeing on the card, and then it just like kind of settles back down to reality because, I mean, all of the sales are like in the $20 range, mid-20s, so like this is weird, you know? So yeah, that's the Ghastly. Take a look at the Iron Crown EX. This card it's one of the best selling cards, so I'm sure there's some competitive playability to it because it's certainly not the flashiest of cards, so I don't think it's a best seller for that. So it's probably competitive, same like the SIR. That's probably explains why the SIR is so expensive. This kind of answers it for us, but this card is not doing well. I guess the competitive players bought this high and then it wound up being more abundant than everybody thought, so it's more down here. So this is dropping in price, which is good for players. If you play the game and it's competitive, that's what you want to see. This card is sick. I don't know if this card is competitive or if this card is just beautiful. Big spike after about a week and it settled down a little bit, but it seems like it's chilling. Looks like it's chilling. 60, 70 range. It's a pretty good price for that card. I'd pay that for that card. Very nice looking card. Let's check out Walk and Wake. Again, all these cards, look at them. They went on for a week. This one dropped after a week, which is, the other ones really didn't so much. Not so much. This one really dropped, but it recovered very well. Pre-selling for 50. So it's only up a couple bucks really. I guess this chart is much closer than I thought it was. So that's all pretty much in the same range. That's doing all right. This card is just going up. Let's see this is what it started at. Started at about 50 bucks at release, dropped after a week, dropped pretty hard, but it came right back up. There must have been a dump of supply. People probably just ate it up and now it's just going up. That's the start of a nice looking chart. Beautiful card, Gouging Fire EX. I think that's just pure collectors. I think that is just genuine interest in the card. That's a beautiful card. The only Gengar, the only exclusive Gengar card of the set. This is what we got to show for it. Let's see, came out 20 bucks, sitting at 20 bucks. So this card is the most mid card that we've looked at so far, which is ironic because it's Gengar and people love Gengar, but I guess it is just a full art and its competition is quite gorgeous, so I guess it has that against it. Full art Gengar for 20 bucks, I'd buy it. Iron Leaves EX, this card dropped hotter than a sack of hot potatoes. Jesus Christ. This thing came out the gate 90 bucks, had a deep drop off after about a week, and it's just continued to drop. Oof. Imagine buying up here. That's rough. Now I wanted to take a look at the A-spec cards. This is more of speculation talk, more than just looking at how the cards have been performing for the past 2 weeks. Although I will say, Prime Catcher is dropping in price, and I'm pretty sure sure it's as hot as it is because it's competitive. So for people that play the game, it does look like this is starting to settle down to a more fair price. It was selling for like 35 bucks, high 30, mid 30 bucks like a week ago. So if this is a competitively played card, it's nice to see that this is dropping, I suppose. But I wanted to talk about the A-spec cards because if you are a competitive player, now this could be pure stupidity coming out of my mouth, but if you are a competitive player, I think there's an argument that could be made on A-spec cards because even though Prime Catcher is the hot card right now and it's selling for 23 bucks, some of these A-spec cards don't sell for much at all. Like the Awakening Drum is only selling for like $2. The Reboot Pod is only selling for like $2. Neo Upper Energy. These cards, from what I understand at least, can have a huge effect on the game. So I think there's an argument that could be made here that if you know the game well enough, you could look at these cheaper cards and possibly speculate on buying up some of these cards at really cheap price because they could possibly become very competitively viable with just the introduction of one card in the TCG in a later set. So that is some deep dive stuff that I don't have the scuba gear for. I'm not about that, but if you have the knowledge, I would actually really consider taking a look at some of these because you see what happens with some of these cards once, like Whimsicott. You remember Whimsicott? I think it was from Brilliant Stars. That card like tripled in price overnight because someone won one of these big tournaments and they used Whimsicott, whatever it is. That card like tripled in value overnight. Why can't these do that? You know what I mean? So like if you're ripping open packs and you're just in it as a collector and you're pulling out all these A-spec cards, I would sell the Prime Catchers because they're selling for like mid 25 bucks. So you could make some pretty good money back on pulling something like that. If you're not going to use it, I would definitely sell it. But like the cheaper ones that are only like $1 or $2, I would hold on to them because what are you going to do with $1 really? And something could happen that this could be one of those cards that Danny Phantom makes a video about, like, hey, go through your bulk and pull out all those Awakening Drums. Again, I'm just using Awakening Drum, but this is something that you watch. Prediction: Danny Phantom's going to be doing a video in like a year saying, go through your bulk, pull out your A-spec cards. They're hot. Watch. I'm telling you, I think there is an argument to be made here. If you have the knowledge, look into it. That's all I gotta say. Temporal Force is pretty cool. Go buy some of these cards. They're gorgeous. If you want to rip some packs, go rip some packs. Do what you do. If you like the channel, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, whatever you want to do. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.